Right, here we go. Time for the Caterham Academy race. Looking forward to seeing these cars out on a track. We've come to speak to Frenchie. Look down here. One thing, I love the number plates on these cars. James, how are we doing?
Very well, thank
it's
you very much.
It's good to see you.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of the colour of this car as well. We've spoken about it before, haven't we?
Yeah, it gets a lot of comments. Yeah, really love the wrap. People seem to love that satin kind of finish on it. So
it looks fantastic. Now look, Georgie over there, she said you've qualified a bit higher than usual.
Yeah, no, really happy to see myself here. Seems to do all right in the wet with the qualifying, so hoping we might get a little splash of rain, but I don't know if we're going to. Seems like it's probably going to be dry.
I think got pretty much 0% chance of
well,
mind you, haven't said that. You never know in this country. Look, what have you made of your season?
It's been the best thing ever. I mean, honestly, it's been phenomenal. Everyone says it's kind of the best thing they've ever done, and it's really lived up to the hype for me. It's been wonderful. Absolutely loved it. Made so many friends. And can't wait to do it again next year in road sport. So
you are staying then. Was it always going to be Caterham's for you?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I've wanted to race for a few years, and this just seemed like the best package to do it with. So yeah, it's kind of destiny, I guess. I've found myself here. So
P12, what can we do from here?
I'd love a top 10.
Yeah.
I mean, that's been my dream since I started to pull that off. If I can, it'd be wonderful, but let's just see. It'd be nice just to race here. Silverstone's amazing. Just being here is special. So yeah, it'd be really cool.
James, best of luck, mate. Really appreciate it. Top man.
Already out on track then on the grid for our next race, which will be the Moobob Caterham Academy Championship season finale. Qualifying took place yesterday and was quite wet, so it's a bit of a mixed up grid for this one. Pole position goes to number 19 Kyle Townend. All these drivers of course are novices to racing this season, so Townend alongside Richard Davies, number 25 on the front row. Second row, best grid position of his career so far for number 13 Stephen Vischer alongside 27 Rob Hicks. And on row 3 of the grid, 24 Seb Thole and number 6, the man already crowned as the champion, Max Richardson. Row 4, number 80 Ben Oliver and 12 John Bond, completing the top 10, 99 Matt Fox and number 70 Joe Oliver. On row 6, number 4 Richard Northridge alongside 10 of James French. Row 7, Sam Eminson, number 47, and Georgina Tuffin, number 62. The 8th row is 8, Jason Spencer, and 15, Shane Forster. 9th row, Andrew Johnston, number 14, in the Moobob car, alongside 86, Richard Watson. Completing the top 20, Mark Hensel, number 88, and 77, Nick Tomadakis. Quite a long way down the grid by the Greek Cypriot racer's usual standards. Same for the man on row 11, 56 George Hawkins, who lines up alongside Ollie Smith, number 89. Row 12, 21 Luke Wilson and 55 Ollie Walsh. Penultimate row, Ross Pamphil on number 67 and 22 Michael Smith. 23 Chris Longley starts at the back of the lineup. So a 20-minute race then, the finale for the Moobob Caterham Academy Championship, and Chris Hutchinson, Max Richardson already confirmed as the champion.
Indeed, yep, he's done it, but he is out there racing, so he's taken that decision to race. There is a little risk involved, because if you get penalty points, if you have won a championship, it is possible to lose it, so let's hope that doesn't happen. He's out there doing what he loves to do, which is racing around. Matt Fox just needs a 6th place finish to take the 2nd place and have that confirmed, and then 3rd place is between Richard Davies and Carl Townend. They're close coming in here, only a point separates them, so keep an eye out for that battle as the time goes on. We'll keep you up to date with that battle as much as we can throughout the course. They've had to wait patiently since yesterday though for their race to get underway. So they've got their 20-minute. They're single outing in the academy, which is the first step of our Caterham Motorsport ladder. You generally speaking only get one race per race weekend. There are occasions where they have a dual header, but they have 8 races over the course, 8 events over the course of the season. 1 sprint, 7 track races, and they come to the right at the end. They all started as complete beginners at the beginning of the year. Now we've turned them into complete racing drivers, and as you'll see from the show they're about to put us on, they are the real deal, and it'd be great to see how they get on. So Matt Fox looking to solidify 2nd, and Richard Davies and Carl Townend in the deep battle for 3rd. Who's going to take that 3rd place in the championship?
Well, the 2 men in that battle for 3rd are on the front row of the grid here. The number 19 of Carl Townend, the yellow car, on pole position alongside number 25, the red machine of Richard Davies, the Welshman. 2nd row, 13 Steve Vischer, best ever qualifying effort from him in the blue and black number 13 car, starts alongside 27 Rob Hicks. He's the blue car with the yellow stripes. Max Richardson, the champion, in the green and gold car on the inside of row 3, 6 on the grid alongside Seb Thole in the white and black car with the red flashes, the Frenchman. That's your leading colours on the grid. Watch for one or two more coming through. Matt Fox is back on row 5 of the grid. Watch out for the number 99 machine. As the green flag waves at the back of the grid. Nick Tomadakis, one to watch coming through from towards the back, and George Hawkins, who had a win at Thruxton as well. Red lights are on. The finale for the Caterham Academy 2025 is go. And down towards the first turn. A good start by the number 27, Rob Hicks, from the inside of the second row. Tries to get the run into the first corner, but doesn't quite manage to do so. It looks like it is our pole sitter, Carl Townend, who has held his lead. They're all through Abbey OK for the first time. All these drivers on a level playing field at the start of the season. It looks like it's Richard Davies who has taken the lead on the run into Village for the first time. There's Matt Fox, the yellow car, trying to move up on the outside. One or two cars running out a little wide for all these drivers. The first time they've raced on the Silverstone International Circuit. Richard Davies runs out way wide through our first run into the Hanger Straight. It looks like possibly Stephen Vischer who's up there giving chase.
Yeah, but it is that right there, yellow car with Davis trying to get down the inside again. Already had a couple of lead changes as they head into Stowe for the first time. It does look like everyone else is making progress, and I think the qualifying was a little bit topsy-turvy. I wonder whether they had greasy track when they were out there.
They did, yes. There was quite a bit of rain.
Contact down the other of Stowe. We've got cars one on top of the other, so they unfortunately made contact into Stowe that time. Everyone on their wheels, and now we've got cars into gravels, plenty of wings. We're going to have maybe a red flag to make sure that all happens there, because they don't like to do live snatches at Silverstone. They can do them, but keep an eye out for the safety car, depending if they want to keep to the schedule as well. But yeah, contact at the end of Hanger Straight. We'll figure out who it is that's dropping down that order. It looks like it's Vischer, Tholet, Oliver B, and there's plenty of drivers dropping down the order at that point.
Yeah, Ben Oliver was definitely involved there. He was the car that was in the gravel, the number 80 car. It's a great shame because he top qualified for a long time yesterday. As Kyle Townend has the lead. Max Richardson, the championship leaders, up to third behind Richard Davies. There's Ben Oliver's car in the gravel track. There's bits of bodywork everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the safety car scrambled here to clear up that incident.
Keeping an eye on the time screen. Green for now, so they will continue racing until that point. So it does look like they've completed lap 1, which often means that they won't necessarily red flag it, and the safety car will be the call. The driver's still in the car, and that's often the safest place for drivers to remain. They normally wait there until they get told to extract by a marshal. Let's have a quick look to see whether we could see what's going on.
So coming down into Stowe Corner for the first time, it's a little bit further back in the pack. We see the incident start to kick off. There's Ben Oliver. He's on the inside. He clips the side of the blue machine there. That sends him into Sebastian Tholet, who was on the outside in the 24. I can't quite see the number of that blue car that was in the middle there. We'll try and work out who that is. I think it might have been Stephen Vischer, the number 13, which is a great shame after his qualifying efforts yesterday. But I think everybody has continued, with the exception of Ben Oliver.
So they're covering that on under yellow flags, and everyone else managed to bounce their way through the gravel, and yeah, glad to see that. So one car stuck in that gravel, that'll be covered under double waved yellows while they figure out what they're going to do with that. 17 minutes of the race to go then. Townend, Davis, Richard, Fox, Northridge, Oliver, Hicks, Emson, Tuffin and French were your top 10 that time across the line.
They start to sort themselves out there in the early stages of this finale for the Caterham Academy. There's Hicks in the 27, coming under a bit of pressure from Sam Eminson in the number 47 for 7th and 8th places, but it is Kyle Townend who leads the way. 4th place in the points coming into this round. Best he had is a finish of 2nd place at Brands Hatch in the early part of the season. They started off with a sprint at Kerborough sprint course in Lichfield in Staffordshire. That was won by Max Richardson. He went on to win the first race at Brands Hatch. George Hawkins in the white citrus yellow car, who's a bit further back in the order there at the moment, in 17th place. He won at Thruxton. Then Matt Fox had 2 wins in the doubleheader in Wales at Anglesey, and Max Richardson won at Crofton Snetterton to secure the title. So Carl Townend leads the way, then Davies in 2nd, and Richardson already confirmed as the champion in 3rd. Matt Fox, after a slightly lacklustre qualifying effort in P9 on the grid, is up to 4th.
Yep, Townend. Oh, got another spin. That's the number 62, I think, spinning in the packs. That's Tuffin going rotating in the Jaws car, and they're facing now in the right direction, so off they go once more. of the cars coming through. But yeah, it's all it's happening in this final outing for the Academy drivers. Townend has been doing blogging his season, so do search out that on YouTube if you're interested in the Caterham Academy and becoming a driver. There's still spaces next year's grid available, so do check out Caterham Cars and have a look around YouTube for those sort of online videos showing you what it's all about.
There's a battle towards the lower reaches of the top 10. Sixth place Joe Oliver chasing away Hicks and Eminson, as here come your leaders. Max Richardson chasing down Townend and Davies at the front of the field. Davies, the red car with the black nose cone. Matt Fox in the dark yellow car with the black stripe in 4th position, ahead of Richard Northridge, the number 4. He's going well up there in P5. The 10 of James French heads a train of cars. Here comes George Hawkins trying to make progress and towards the back of the field. The bright yellow car there on the inside passes the 55 of Ollie Walsh. Chasing in behind them the remainder of the midfield pack as the leaders come through club corner. There's that fight for 6th and 7th we focused on earlier. The 47 of Eminson up the inside on 27, which is Rob Hicks. Side by side out of club corner. Got the JCB telehandler in there to rescue Ben Oliver's car, the man from Norwich. The yellow flags will still be out there, so no passing in the stone. We've got another tangle, the 89, that's Ollie Smith facing the wrong way. That is a club. There's been some contact there, clearly more bodywork in the road, and he's past the pit entrance as well, because it's on the run into club where you go into the pits. He's got a flat tyre, and he's got a whole lap to limp that round to the pits.
77 Tomadakis as well, so Tomadakis' weekend going from bad to worse, and a whole lap on a flat tyre is not ideal. He'll realise, he won't necessarily know what the issue is, he'll just feel that there's something completely wrong with the rear left of that car. But it's still Townend in the lead ahead of Davis, and he's got the fastest lap. Just in fact, no Fox took that away from him, so he's still doing what he needs to do by being in the lead ahead of Davis at the moment to move into that 3rd place in the championship. But at the moment it's looking like it's going to go head to head between these two for that 3rd place, as Richardson is in that 3rd place and just watching on this battle with interest. I wonder whether by the end of the race he'll want to get involved. Matt Fox is up there doing what he needs to do in 4th place to solidify 2nd in the championship.
I hope that Ollie Smith doesn't end up having a Gilles Villeneuve moment with that rear puncture. Formula 1 fans of the 70s and 80s will know what I mean. 13 minutes to go then in an incident-packed race for the Rubob Caterham Academy Championship. Carl Townend looking for his first race win. He's had a couple of podiums this year at Brands Hatch and at Croft. Looking for his first win here. Richard Davies holding off Max Richardson, the champion, for 2nd place as Davies goes for the inside into Village. He's going through, takes the lead. Now Davies has yet to win this year. The best finish he's had is a 2nd in the sprint at Kerborough and a 2nd at Snetterton as well. So looking for his first win here. He goes very deep into Beckett's there, but he's still got the lead. Kyle Townend tries to slipstream him down the Hanger Straight. Max Richardson's giving a watching brief behind them, and it's Matt Fox and Richard Northridge making it 5 cars line astern for the lead down to Stroud.
Yep, with that change of position then that puts Davis back into 2nd place in 3rd place in the championship, taking that away from Townend. So again, each time they swap around, that is going to be the state of affairs. It's the change of championship. Max Richardson did sort of shove his nose down the inside, so he is interested in moving forward if he can, but uncertain at the moment. As but Townend in that 2nd place, Richardson in that 3rd place, and then Fox and Northridge following along. Northridge doing very well to get up into that 5th place. He's had a great start from this race, and in fact the 2nd half of the season in general doing very well, but that'll be the best finish for him since throughout the course this year.
Sam Edmondson now into 6th place as Carl Townend up the inside into Abbey, retakes the lead from Richard Davies. The man from Cardiff will look to try and fight back. Kyle Townend from Selby in Yorkshire just about managing to hold the lead there. Max Richardson, the Londoner, has a look up the inside into Village corner. It's out towards the link. Lots of tyre squeal in the background, so they're really pushing these cars as hard as they can. You can tell it's the last race of the season, can't you?
You really can't. They are pushing on, and obviously they're right at the edge, and we've got the change of the championship positions once more as Townend goes ahead of Davies. So again, swaps that position with everyone else watching on. The little chase pack behind also looking like they're trying to get involved if these guys start fighting each other as they go down. Side by side, Davies and Townend in that championship battle. They're going around the outside, having to tuck in, so he's able to do enough. Townend on that, although he's drifted off wide. You can see they're on the dedicated Caterham Academy tyres, so they're pretty much low grip. They don't offer up the same grip as the Toyo tyres that we have further up the ladder, and so that'll be something else they change after they leave the academy, move up into road sport next year.
Georgina Tuffen, Jaws in the 62 there at the inside, having recovered from her tangle earlier on, getting past, I think that's number 12, John Bond. She's battling with there. This is further down the order for P16. There's battles everywhere you look, just like any other Caterham race. Richard Davies goes for the inside into Abbey, doesn't quite get alongside. There's Bond ahead of Tuffin, and who's that in behind them? The red car with the yellow cage. I think that's 21 of Luke Wilson, the man from Kent. George Hawkins at the front of this grid. Now he's come through very nicely through 17th on the grid up into P9. There's number 14. That is Andrew Johnston, the man behind Moobob Software, the championship sponsor. So a big thank you to Andrew and his team for their sponsorship of the academy this year. He's holding off the 86 of Richard Watson at the moment, local man from Toaster, just up the road from Silverstone. Literally about 5-10 minutes drive along the A43. I wonder if he's driven his race car here. Some of these drivers do, don't they?
Yeah, they're absolutely road legal cars. They're able to do that. There's Max Richardson down the inside, then Matt Fox as he goes into Stowe that time through, making a position up back into that third place after having lost it. But yeah, they're absolutely road legal. You can see the road legal number plates that they drive on as well, and some drivers do choose to, and they can choose to drive to all the races, and the car is perfectly capable of it as well. It's an amazing little machine that you can race it all day and then just drive home at the end of the day. So what else can you do that in?
But I wouldn't be surprised if the man from Toaster has come here in his race car, Richard Watson, this weekend, because it'd probably take longer to load it and unload it than it would to drive it, would to transport it here. So let's see what Richard Watson can do here. The local man, he's 13th at the moment. There he is, the green car, just ahead of number 10 of James French. Spoke to him pre-race. Just over 8.5 minutes of this 20-minute race for the Moobob Caterham Academy to go. Still Carl Townend who leads the way by just over half a second from Richard Davies. Max Richardson in third position. We'll see nearly all these drivers most likely move up to the road sports category next season. They'll convert their cars and move on up. That's how it all works on the Caterham ladder. Of course, one of our academy drivers this year, Christian Bond, has already moved up straight up to 270R for a tryout this weekend.
Quite the step up, that, isn't it? It's straight into the frying pan, that one. It's an extremely big step up from the single race weekends, as we've got Richard Davies falling behind Max Richardson now. Townend is actually disappearing off up the road, so again he's doing what he needs to do to take that third place in the championship, and in fact he's led most races, most laps this weekend, doesn't he? But it's not these laps you need to lead, it's the final one, and Max Richardson now deciding he needs to get after Townend out in front of him. He wants to end his season on a winning streak, and that's what he'll want to do, just like Matt Armstrong did in the 420s earlier this weekend. And Davies now having to follow him, and maybe if Richardson has got the speed, then he will drag them all through. But no, they're going to battle it out, so they're not going to help with their their endeavours of catching up Townend at the moment.
Leading up to 1 3/4 seconds now for Kyle Townend over Max Richardson. Townend has just done the fastest lap of the race, 1:21.233 for this 1.85 mile circuit. Richard Davies still holds that second place. He's retaken Max Richardson at the start of the lap there at Abbey. Richardson, the champion, trying to fight back. Here's a gaggle further back in the order. That's John Bond, Georgina Tuffen and Luke Wilson fighting it out for 16th position as they go through Abbey Farm and up towards Village. Incidentally, all the cars that were delayed earlier on that first lap schmozzle down at Stowe, we only lost Ben Oliver, and Ollie Smith has now dropped out with that damage he sustained at Club.
Yep, so again, just robustness of all the drivers and
it's
the
that
cars.
word, isn't it? It always sets you off.
We've got all the drivers to go around, and as they want to finish their season with a finish here at Silverstone. Oh, wide line there as we watch them go 23. Who's that flying out to Longley? So yeah, just didn't get the car turned in that time into the Abbey corner, and yeah, just a wide line led to wider. But here is that Davies battle, now ahead of Matt Fox, so Richardson is ahead of those. He's made it past them on the hanger straight this time, but you can see Townend has now got a really comfortable gap. It's going to be really frustrating for Davies because all he wants to do is get after him. That's his main battle, and he can't do it because the drivers around him. I know exactly how this feels out there in the Academy car, because it's exactly what happened to me when I was racing back in 2013 in the Academy Championship. I saw my rival going down and he stole the championship by a single point. I say stole, he says won outright, and I think he's probably more accurate than I am. But we've got 5 minutes, or just over 5 minutes, of this Academy season. As the years go on, it's great to see all the Academy drivers do their thing. Townend doing his thing out there, clear of this group. Davies doing as much as he can in second place, but it's not going to be enough if Townend finishes where he is.
Carl Townend pulled away by a second and a half on the last lap there. He is starting to dominate this race. He's going to be 3 wide for second. They're learning how to slipstream down the Hanger straights here, these novice races. Of course, you can't have ever held a racing licence before when you enter the Caterham Academy. It's for complete novice racers. Richardson going through into second there and trying to get round the outside now is Matt Fox in the number 99 machine. We'll have the inside line for the left here. Well, he was not waiting for a club corner. He goes through, but was that a mistake, because Richard Davies able to dive straight back up the inside, throws the car down the inside and retakes P3.
You can tell that car, and he's sort of feeling himself. He's got nothing to lose at this point. He's lost contact with his championship rival and everyone else battling around him. Watch that contact earlier on. So a spin for the number 23. So we've already lost some speed out into Club Vale, and then was a bit wide through Abbey as well.
Yes, Chris Longley enduring a difficult race. The man from Sussex towards the back of the field is in 24th place out of the 27 who started this race. There's 2 non-runners, as we said earlier. We lost Ben Oliver and Ollie Smith early on with damage. Kyle Townend looking good here for a potential first ever motor race victory. Look at the way he's pulling away. He's reeling off the fastest laps. 121.148 is latest quickest lap. The only other driver lapping under 122 at the moment is the 27 of Rob Hicks back in P7 at the moment. The blue car with the yellow wheels we saw earlier. There's a battle further back in the order. Number 14 is at the front of House Johnston, the championship sponsor. A variety of other names was queuing up behind him to have a go with an attack. 10 of French moving down the outside there. With the right-hander at Stowe. We've got 3.5 minutes of the race still to run.
Johnson heads the Mubob, the championship sponsor, title sponsor. That's his car there, enjoying and finishing off his season in style here at Silverstone on the international circuit, going on the main wing, start finish straight. A dream for many of these drivers to race at Silverstone, where they see all their Formula One, fans out there as well, watching as we go. They come off the line with the sun streaking down on the Lewis Hamilton straight today, after what was a tricky conditions and still is with the wind out there, but at the moment they're all making the best of it.
Side by side there, the 55 up the inside, that's Ollie Walsh battling with Andrew Johnson. They're going to try and make it 3 wide into Village. I think that's James French having a go up the inside in the number 10. 55 and Walsh holds them all off. Good scrap here in the midfield, but he runs wide on the exit. Johnston says thanks very much, goes back ahead. Here's the battle towards the sharp end of the field. Matt Fox has now got past Max Richardson and Richard Davies, so he's up into second place while that was going on further back.
Need to be in the yellow car today, don't you? Townend out front, Matt Fox now in second, so Northridge is going to want to see whether he can do anything in his yellow car to make it 3 yellow cars on the top steps of this podium. But at the moment it's Davies versus Richardson, and again another has been going through the course of this season, has been doing yellow cars always go well in a Caterham, I have to say. And in fact Richard Northridge has my easy up. Yeah, such is the yellow brotherhood that goes on. He's got my easy up that I used to use as well. So yeah, this is the ongoing Academy brotherhood that goes on, especially in yellow cars.
Surely it'd be cheesy up with your nickname.
Exactly.
So we're coming into the final 2 minutes of the season for the Mubob Caterham Academy then, with Carl Townend looking set for his maiden victory. Matt Fox in second place. Now, is it going to be a yellow car top 3? Are we going to see Richard Northridge move through onto the podium? He's got to get past Davies and Richardson to do so. Somebody running wide there. Number 77, that's Nick Tomadakis. It's been a very quiet race for the previous podium finisher. He's right down in P19 at the moment. He's got number 8 of Jason Spencer on his tail, and Mark Hensler, number 88. That's the car painted in the sort of TVR flip purple. It's very nice indeed.
Yeah, Tomadakis won't want to remember this one, but hopefully we'll see him back with road sport tyres on here. Often good to see how different drivers react to those things. We've seen with the pace in that car that he's certainly got everything he needs. Just Silverstone International is not going to go down in his favourite track, I don't think, as he heads off through. But across the line last time, it's still Townend, 5.5 seconds, 5.5 seconds clear. Only second person who sort of scampered off into the distance. Louis Darlin did it in the 270 race, the first one that we had of the weekend. But he's managed it as well, so well done to Carl.
Main battle is now for third because Richard Davies and Max Richardson nose to tail. Davies up the inside as they come down towards Abbey. Matt Fox has established himself now in second place. There's a couple of back markers around as well, as have to be careful they don't trip over them. Davies back up the inside, retakes third from Max Richardson. Kyle Townend continues to pull away. The gap is 5.457 seconds. He's still lapping in the high 121s, as is Matt Fox in second place, the two yellow machines.
Make their way past Longley, who's obviously had those two interesting, the spin and then the issue going wide out of Abbey. So they've managed to accommodate him, and he gets dispatched out the back as they then look to the next back marker. Obviously, as there always plays, it's Smith just ahead of Fox there going down the hanger straight. It always acts as a problem. You see them coming, and you hope that they have seen you as well. And generally speaking, Silverstone's wide enough that that's going to be fine for these drivers. But yeah, Davis, I think, is now, we're probably having to concede that he's not going to get Townend unless Townend makes a mistake as he comes out here in his bright yellow machine, the number 19. He started the season so quickly as well. The checker flag is being shown out there, so he crosses the line. He takes that win over the line ahead of his championship rivals. Richardson takes that second place over the line. And then in third place was, Richardson was third place after Fox going second.
So Kyle Townend takes his first ever race win. Congratulations to the number 19, the man from Selby in Yorkshire. Matt Fox comes over in second, concluding a very successful season for him. He will finish provisionally runner-up in the championship. And champion Max Richardson already confirmed, taking third place ahead of Richard Davies, with Richard Northridge not quite making it a yellow car clean sweep of the podium. He takes P5 ahead of Sam Eminson, with Rob Hicks in 7th place. Joe Oliver is 8th. George Hawkins coming through the field for 9th, and number 15 of Shane Forster rounding out the provisional top 10. Just waiting for the last couple of cars to come over the line before we confirm the result. Then we've lost a couple of cars there. Ollie Smith tried to limp the car back to the pits with some damage, but it proved impossible, and Ben Oliver in the gravel at Stowe following that tangle on the first lap. So the Caterham Academy for 2025 comes to an end, and top of the class is London's Max Richardson. Started the season with a win at Kerbera, then one at Brands, runner-up at Thruxton behind George Hawkins, a couple of second places at Anglesey behind Matt Fox each time. At Croft and Snetterton he was a winner. He rounds off his season with a safe third place here at Silverstone, but it is a win for Kyle Townend, his first ever victory, and well done to him by 6.25 seconds as well. That's a huge margin in Caterham terms. Yeah. Second going to Matt Fox, and third for Max Richardson.
Yeah, it does confirm that third place in the championship as well, so well done to him. Commiserations to Richard Davis.
Davis has to settle for 4th in the race and the championship. Richard Northridge in 5th, then Eminson, Hicks, Oliver, Hawkins and Forster. Ollie Walsh 11th, Seb Tole recovering well there from that first lap tangle to take 12th. And then James French and Richard Watson, with John Bond completing the top 15. 25 of the 27 cars went the distance. And that does conclude the Academy season. Then they'll have their graduation ceremony at the awards night in the winter.
Downey, Caterham Academy, Parc Ferme here. Carl Townend, your race and winner. Matt Fox coming home in second place. Max Richardson in third. And look at what it means. We'll grab a word with Carl very shortly as soon as he gets out of the car. We had a big roar from the crowd around here. It's actually a fantastic Parc Ferme here. Big Parc Ferme here at Silverstone at the wing, and loads of people around. And look at what it means for Carl Townend. P1, brilliant stuff for him. What a way to end the season. That is it for Caterham Academies in 2025. Carl, we'll let you get your helmet off first, don't you, Wayne? Look at this behind you as well. Look at that. Lovely hug there from Max Richardson. Carl, that meant something, hey?
Oh, that feels nice. Why didn't I do that sooner?
Well, Only you can answer that, but you know you've always had it in you, huh?
Well, yeah, I'll take your word for it. Yeah, yeah. God, that feels ace. Yeah. It was an intense first few laps.
Yeah.
And then I managed to pull just ahead of the squabbling, and I just saw them dropping further and further back, and I was planning this speech out in my head, and then I suddenly would get loads of oversteer, and I was like, shit, no, sorry.
Passions run high, don't they? So
they do, yeah, they do.
Excellent.
Ready for a winter off now.
Well done, you've earned it. Good stuff. Yeah, apologies if you heard a bit of bad language there, but as you can imagine, it is an emotional place to be.
So, voiceover Kyle, just to complete the video and sign off with a bit of a debrief. Absolutely a very emotional place to be in the paddock. What a way to finish. I still can't believe it. I'm recording this exactly a week later, and I just can't believe that managed to achieve that result. But I think what I'm especially happy with is the way in which I got the result. We get a PDF breakdown from TSL Timing, just showing how the race unfolded from a stopwatch perspective, and the laps that I put in after the double waved yellows cleared. Just really happy with those. Just the consistency. I think I set the fastest lap 3 or maybe even 4 times in that session, and just combined with the good fortune of the battle that was unfolding behind me, just allowed me to get away and just enjoy it. Really, really over the moon with it, and I will enjoy it for as long as possible, because I know once we get back at it again next year, it's going to be back to slogging it out at every single corner for 20 minutes. And I am, anyhow, don't get me wrong, I am looking forward to next year, but I will absolutely enjoy the Silverstone result for as long as I can. So yeah, just been scrolling through a couple of pictures here from JB. I hope you enjoyed the season. I certainly have. Big thank you to BARC once again for letting me have footage to put this together, and also the excellent commentary they've put on all year. It's really made the occasion. Having family and friends able to follow from home. Thank you to everybody who's come along and supported me at races, particularly at Silverstone. I had a good turnout there. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I will see you in a couple of videos over winter, I suppose.